Hello, I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
And I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and technical guy behind Keto Chow. We're late because right before I went live, the computer said, it's time to do a Windows update.
No
and I
more.
said, Gah! Anyway, so here we are. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. Thanks so much for joining us on our keto journey.
Yeah, so a bunch of people probably said hi to stuff, and really, first one I see is Nan saying, good morning, all.
Good morning, Nan.
Kathy says good morning. Stwong is on, and so is Maya.
How are
he
you
says,
guys
hey,
doing
yo,
today?
you're late.
Happy Friday.
Yes. But Heath, even though we're late, you used the correct your.
Good job.
Thank you.
In one of our ads the other day, we had too many R's, and it was your.
The closed captioning was wrong.
And it was like, R, matey, fix this ad.
Stephanie says, hi, I'm new. Do you have any live streams during the weekend when I'm not at work? So we will be doing a live stream at the same time, except we'll probably be on time tomorrow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm usually late.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 11:15 Eastern, which is
Yep.
9:15 Mountain, we'll be doing a live stream.
Yep, we do it from our house, so you'll get
Yeah.
to see our house, and if there's a mess, then you'll see that too.
In the background.
Also, you'll get to see probably some of our children walking around in their
It's
pajamas.
true. And you might see a giant canister of CO2 on the counter because we
Maybe.
won't have time to put it into the cabinet just yet. That's what Miriam was obsessing about a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's why I didn't sleep last night. 'Cause I
Okay.
was trying to figure out what to do with that. Like, I have to fix this problem, and then I move this over to here, and then I move this over to here, and then I move it. I'm just
Yep.
moving everything with
Nothing
my
like
mind.
nothing like fixing problems in your brain when you're trying to
Yeah,
sleep.
when you're trying to sleep.
Red Wine says good morning from the Cheesehead State.
Hey.
When we went to Wisconsin, I looked to see I was going to get some of those for the kids. Those are expensive.
Yeah.
The Cheesehead things?
It's like $35.
No,
or
they were
something.
like 50. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But someone said look for what's it called? Thrift stores, because sometimes you can find them there.
Ah.
And we looked for thrift stores, but it was an in and out. We got out of there really quick.
And it was
so
nice weather, too.
It was very nice weather.
I think it'd be worth it to buy one for Max.
He would totally.
He would
wear it.
totally wear it to school. So he made himself a, what is the hat that goes out like this and then is like a,
Treacle oil,
yeah, like the, whatever it's called, hat.
a pirate hat.
A pirate hat with a
Yarr.
feather.
Uh-huh.
So he made that this sometime week, probably yesterday. So he's going to another high school for this honors choir thing, and it is the entire day. It's from 9 a.m. to 9
9 to
p.m.
9.
So he and Ruth are both going to that, and they're trying to carry little stuff. So they have a string bag with a lunchbox and their music in it, right? So we get in the car, and he's wearing his trefoil hat. And I'm like, you know that you're going to a different school who has different rules, who probably won't allow you to wear that hat. You're going to have to carry it all day. He's like, I think it's worth it.
But was he wearing a coat?
Yeah.
Because I went to go pick him up at the high school day before yesterday. He was wearing a cloak.
Oh my gosh.
The kid's hilarious.
I'm pretty sure, like, they should not let them, that they wouldn't let them wear cloaks because that would be scary.
I don't know. I don't think it's against the school dress policy.
Well,
anyway.
and they just changed the rules at the high school that they can wear hats. They used to not be able to wear hats. So now they can wear hats. So every day he brings a different
Okay.
tape hat that he's made out of duct tape. So
Dorothy says my computer is
Whatever.
trying to do an update also. I'm trying to ignore it, so hopefully this won't be interrupted. Les says good morning from the totally awesome Keto Chow storefront. Kim is on. Let's see. Maya is here. They had
Hello.
amazing ribeye and eggs for breakfast.
Oh, that sounds good.
Ellen says good morning. Thank goodness it's Friday.
Yes.
Stwong says about to pour out my first batch of egg pudding. Nice.
Yes. I made
Gina
some
is
keto chow
on.
pudding for Kate last night. She said, I want a treat. And I'm like, well, let's make one. She's like, how about keto chow pudding? I'm like, done.
Yep.
That's an easy one.
So Gina says, yeah, good morning, everyone. Thanks goodness it's Friday. Seriously, thanks goodness it's Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Stephanie said, awesome. Did you say 11:15?
Yes.
Yeah, so this same time. 24 hours from today.
Yep. So 9:15 our time.
Yep.
And we're glad you're here, Stephanie.
Yep. It's also 8:15 if you're in the Pacific time zone.
Yeah.
Dorothy says, that's my home state, Red Wine. Family is still there, and yes, I'm still a cheesehead.
Yeah.
He says spelling matters. Yes, your, and your, and there,
Yep.
there, and there.
Yep, and
They're
words
there.
matter
They're
too.
there.
So I wanted to say something I was thinking this morning, if you don't mind. Do you remember, was it yesterday or 2 days ago, we were talking about the smog and how
Yes.
our mountains
Can't see
are
the
covered
mountains.
in smog? Well, we had the little storm blow in last night, and we have a tiny bit of snow this morning. It's pretty much gone already.
Lynette got a ton.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, her
Well,
and
that's
Christian had to
good.
shovel
That means
this
they
morning.
have cleaner
Actually,
air.
sorry, Christian shoveled. Lynette says, I just drove over it. I'm like, you're the worst.
I would have drove over it too.
Anyway.
It's okay. So anyway, well, I was thinking this morning as I was driving down into the river bottom where I always see the mountain, and it was covered in smog still, and I'm like, maybe that's a cloud that's really, really big.
I think it was a cloud because I saw it.
Well, I went after you because I had to drop the kids off at the high school. So
Yeah.
anyway, it could have been a big cloud. It was still covered, and I'm like, my mountain, I still can't see it. And I realized I'd never called it my mountain before.
Oh, is it your mountain now?
Until the other day. And I'm like, when I was talking about it, and I had just this feeling of like pride and I'm happy about where I live. I'm happy that I have this beautiful mountain that I can see. I just felt this, like, I guess pride is the word. I was just so happy and filled and felt very happy about, where I lived and satisfied and stuff like that. And I thought, words mean things, which, we were thinking, I'm like, maybe I felt different because I called it my mountain. And so that was the second time I'd said my mountain. And I'm like, I can call it my mountain if I want.
Sure.
Because I'm looking at it. I love it. It's beautiful. And I was thinking about how, we attach these words to ourselves. And if we want to practice some, self-compassion, and maybe attach different words to ourselves. You don't have to fix yourself overnight. Like, we're not going to, all of a sudden love ourselves if we just don't. But attach some simpler words, some kinder words, some more compassionate words to yourself than the I'm fat, I'm never going to be good enough. But we could try to attach different words to really, help us to grow and to be better and to be kinder to ourselves. So I was thinking about that. I haven't figured out those words yet, but the my made me think about what words mean and how I could change maybe some things about my goals.
Wow, wow, wow.
Wow, wow, wow.
Joanne says, good morning, everyone. Rhonda's here. Says, good morning, Bears and Chow fam. Happy Friday. Cindy's on from Tennessee.
Oh, hi, Cindy.
Shauna says, good morning, Chris and Miriam. Visual Keo says, good morning, I'm late too. IT problems too. My Hewlett Packard is attempting automatic repairs. Oh, isn't that fun?
Oh, man.
I have one like that where if I reboot it, it says, we couldn't find the hard drive. Do you want to continue? And you hit continue and it says, oh, no, it worked.
There is a hard drive. I forgot.
Dorothy says, I'm going to be eating my first egg pudding for breakfast this morning. Put it in the fridge
so
overnight.
Happy.
Crystal says, good morning, everyone. Maya is here. Let's see, Stephanie says, Ohio here. And no, you can get the cheesehead Packers for like $10 at most online. I looked, and they were all like $50.
Maybe
I was
just
thinking
looked in the wrong places.
Well, I looked on Amazon, I looked on Walmart, I looked on a bunch of different places, and their official, the Packers like store, whatever. Because I was just going to order them ahead of time and have them at the house for when we got home and say, hey, look, we got these for you. And I was like, nah.
Like those glasses we got for the kids in Universal Studios.
Yeah, I ordered off Amazon and they beat us home. Tony says, good morning. Breaking fast with the Keto Chow crew. Hope everyone is feeling good this morning.
Yes.
Let's see, Kathy says, good morning from freezing upstate New York. And Jeanette says, what is cheeseheads thing? So it's this triangle hat.
That's a piece of cheese.
It looks like cheese and it's like foam rubber. And it's what they wear
to the Packers games.
If you're a Packers person. I was going to say guy, but a significant.
You mean fan?
A significant portion of them
are
ladies. Let's see. Sean says, I love Max. He's awesome. He is.
He is.
Debbie
He's
says,
wearing his shoes that he designed on the first.
Oh, that he did with the marker?
Yeah.
Yep.
And green socks.
Yeah, Debbie says, a meeting running along, so I have to mute you. Well, that happens to me all the time. And we'll have to listen later.
That's okay.
Denny's on. Two Crazy Keto says, what's up, family?
What's up?
Well, this says, trefoil is a three-leaf symbol. Do we mean a tricorn hat? Yeah, it might be.
Probably.
Yep.
A pirate hat.
Pirate hat. Jenna says, what are your names? So I'm Chris.
I'm Miriam.
Yep.
We're the Bears. We're Keto Chow.
Yep. Laura says, good morning. Finally made it. Ethel says, good morning from the Oregon. Gonna make an omelet after the live.
Ooh,
That
omelets
doesn't
are my
sound bad at
fave.
all. And Jeanette says, that's called being thankful.
Right?
Yeah.
Being thankful.
Rick Wynn is here. Let's see, Laura says, any news on caramel macchiato big bags? Still nothing.
Sorry.
I went down there and messed around on Tuesday, and I haven't heard anything since. So, Melissa says, I needed that today. Thank you. I will think about my words.
Yes, Lisa. Thank you.
Hey, Joe Ray's here. Hi,
Hi,
Joe Ray.
Joey.
I would sing her intro, but my voice is a little gravelly. Pat says, good morning from Kentucky, ear hustling while working. Well, thanks
Hey,
for
how
joining
are
us.
you, Pat?
Suzanne says, I drove over mine to Centerville, got 2 inches.
Ah, nice.
Well, and it is supposed to get a bit warmer, so it should melt.
Suzanne, can you see the mountains from your place?
Yeah. Maya says, hey y'all, speaking of cheese, if you haven't tried grilled halloumi, yeah, you're missing out. And Moolah La Cheese did change their name.
They rebranded to what?
I don't know.
Moo?
Maybe.
It might be Moo Moo. Just M-O-O. I can't remember.
It's still the same stuff and it's delicious.
It is
Sunny
delicious.
says, hello, ear hustling, headed to a meeting.
Hey, have a good day.
Yeah. There was something that I was going to, you were talking earlier about something, and I was going to bring it up, but I knew that we would go down a rabbit hole, so I was going to wait until later, and now I can't remember what it is.
Is it my chow?
No, it's not. Jeanette says, I need to place an order. I want to know what is the best way to go for buying everything. So if you haven't ever purchased before, by far, while I wait for the
Chronometer?
Not Chronometer, Chrome to load. Boom. So if you go on our website, the starter kits and bundles is by far the best way to go.
It's a good place to start.
The essentials.
It's a good way to get a taste.
6 of our most popular
and then you
flavors.
Can decide what else you want to
You
try.
can go bigger, or you can go all the way for the elite if you want to. So kind of small, medium, large. Which way do you want to go? They all come with a blender bottle. This one comes with a download of a booklet. The premium has an actual printed booklet, along with some electrolytes and a measuring tape. Miriam, why is a measuring tape important?
Okay, so when you start keto, oftentimes men will lose weight in the scale numbers-wise, and women won't necessarily lose the weight.
That happened to Rachel when she was doing beef butter, bacon, and eggs.
It's the number. It's not that you're not losing weight. The problem is your number doesn't go down on the scale, and so it's really easy to get discouraged. But if you take measurements, you will see you're 2 or 3 weeks into it, and you're like, wow, I'm 2 inches down on my waist? That's freaking amazing. So I think that it's hard for us to pay attention to that. So pay attention to how your clothes fit. Do some measurements. I know sometimes it's frustrating and scary to do measurements, but if you do some measurements and write them down, there's a little spot in that book that you can write your starting measurements down. And then what I've done in the past is just do it like once a week, because you can kind of see a difference in that amount of time. You don't want to maybe do measurements every day. That's you're not going to see a lot of change there. But you could even do measurements once a month, and that would still be helpful. But I think it's something that it messes with our brain when you and your spouse do it together or whatever, and then you're like, you lost 15 pounds? I hate you.
Yeah.
When really you've lost 15 inches and you're actually doing better off because his is mostly water.
Yeah.
So,
and you may have lost the lady may have lost more fat.
Yeah.
And gained muscle. But the scale hasn't changed.
Yeah, and I think that's something that is just hard to wrap our brain around. And muscle weighs so much more than fat. So if you are doing strength training or anything else like that too, it's difficult to kind of get that in your brain that you maybe don't want to lose weight, you want to lose fat, and it's difficult to not be upset by that scale.
Kathy said, big moo.
Oh, thank
Betsy
you.
said that Moo Moo cheese is so good.
Yeah.
Shauna says, I thought it was 20 here, but realized my weather app had slid into Louisville.
Whoops.
You're like, what the heck?
Yeah, Chris's weather app was in Florida still last night.
It is. It will not leave Florida. Like, I've tried to change it so many times.
It's kind of fun seeing the ocean right there.
It keeps giving me a flash flood warning. It's like, hey, Fort Lauderdale, there's a flash flood warning. I'm like,
I'm like, I wish we could get some water here, but.
Janet had a question. What's the best allulose to use for the egg white protein bread? I just usually go on Amazon and buy whichever one is cheapest.
Yeah, I actually bought some last night.
Oh, because Audrey was using up all of ours, right? It was so funny. I was trying to pay attention to the Two Crazy Ketos thing, and she just wanted to ask me all these questions about ingredients. And finally, I just hit pause and said,
what would you like to ask
what do you need to know?
Yeah, but it was great. Her and Ruth were working on making different ice creams for the creamy, and I'm super excited. She was making keto-fied versions. So she took a regular ice cream recipe and keto-fied it. And so she just wants to do different variants. So she did lemon,
Does she know that we have
strawberry.
The Carrie Brown ice cream recipe book?
Well, she's excited about it. I don't care.
Hey, exactly.
It's going to be fun and delicious.
Blue says I looked it up, seems they changed it to Big Moo. Yeah, and
thank you.
Two Crazy Keto said, yeah, Moo La La rebranded as Big Moo.
Perfect.
Paula says your mountain is beautiful. Now, so this one right here, I think, is Twin Peaks. Well, this one over here is Mount Olympus, and that one over there is Mount Timpanogos, which is supposed to look like an Indian maiden who laid down.
But you can't see that
turned
from
to a
here
mountain.
anyway.
Yeah, and this is also drone footage from like 2 months ago.
A long time ago. But it was a clear day.
It was a clear day. It had just snowed, and I'm like, boom, I'm gonna get some good footage. Let's see. Looks like Dennis is here.
Hi, Dennis.
Mimi says hello, everyone. Dennis says, yeah, power issue, going off grid. Visual Keo said our local weatherman was wearing a cheesehead hat this morning.
That's funny.
Mr. Wong says I got distracted by the live and forgot the vanilla extract for my Keto Chow egg pudding.
Oh, just throw it in. It's fine.
Let's see. Dorothy says, do you get a discount one time on each starter kit, or just one time if you used on one of them? So let's pull that page up again.
Oh, yeah.
So, for instance, it has use coupon code blah 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 to get your elite kit for $155 to save $35. One use per customer. And funny thing is, if you click on that,
it puts it into your cart.
At least it's supposed to. There it goes.
Yeah. It might just be taking a minute.
Yeah, it's doing this thing.
Buffering.
But yeah, that will actually add it to your cart with the discount code in place. It is a single use per customer.
Yep, but you can buy all 3 of the bundles.
Yes.
At different times, right?
Yep.
So.
And the reason for that is we're selling those at quite a discount, kind of as a loss leader. And we want new customers to be able to get those. And so we're trying to make them more affordable for people to start out and get them so that they can get going.
Yep.
Joe Ray says yes, and make sure you also take before and after pictures.
Oh yeah, totally. And in the same clothes is kind of nice too, because then you can see a difference.
Yep.
I know a lot of people have done that.
Betsy says, I need to be reminded about the scale because lately it doesn't go down, but maybe I'm losing inches.
Yeah.
And, go ahead.
I was just going to say, pay attention to your waist, how well your pants fit. Like that is something that I have
Your pants don't
noticed.
fit me at all.
Yeah.
Too Crazy Keo says women generally have I have to wear them as a cape. Women generally have a higher body fat percentage because they need it. So as they lose fat, it's not reflected on the scale, but it is reflected in size.
Yes, thank you.
Crystal says, can you guys provide a good link for beginners to understand Chronometer? I'm having a hard time. Probably the best would be if you go on YouTube and you search for Two Crazy Ketos and Chronometer. They have a, they have a video talking about it. We do have a page on our site about using Chronometer to track Keto Chow, and that would work as well.
And go ahead and friend Keto Chow in the Chronometer app.
Hello at
It is a little bit
ketochow.net.
confusing. We're going to make a blog post about it and probably a video to put in there also, because we've been putting all of our recipes into Chronometer. It takes a minute, so we've only got about half the recipes into there. But it's really satisfying to go to Chronometer and be like, Keto Chow, chocolate toffee cookies, and it's like, bing, how many servings? This.
Yeah. So you have to put in a friend request for hello at ketochow.net.
And then we'll accept their request, so it'll take a minute.
Speaking of rabbit holes and recipes, Gina
Okay.
says, I went down the Keto Chow recipe rabbit hole yesterday and printed out 20 new to me.
Nice.
I guess it's going to be a Cook with Keto Chow weekend.
Yes, that sounds
Rhonda
amazing.
says, I started dropping this month, but was also exercising more and working with weight. Then weight loss stopped, but I've gone down a size so far since January 1st.
That's awesome, Rhonda. You're killing it.
And Dorothy says, thank you for the Keto Chow measuring tape so I can measure. I'll try not to step on scale for a month or so. Hard not to.
It is. It's hard not to. But it's kind of nice, like, okay, I'm starting here. Even if you're on your journey, like once a month, like I'm putting my weight in, I'm putting my, and weigh at the same time and take a picture with the same clothes and then put those measurements in. So
Okay.
then next month, do it again.
Suzanne says, yes, our mountains are a little smaller than yours, though. Still pretty.
They are pretty.
Matre is here. Janet says, oh, thanks, everyone. I know Maria Emmerich used Bestie allulose, but it's sold out.
Oh,
Mike
okay.
says the big moo cheese is super delicious. Delva says we need a Keto Chow jelly recipe. I don't know how a jelly recipe of
We
Keto Chow
have
would work.
A cranberry jelly
Do we?
recipe.
But does it use Keto Chow?
Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I think it just goes with.
I think it goes with
It goes
something.
with a recipe.
Why is that not
It's
working? There
just
we
taking
go.
its time.
Banana peanut. Let's see if that finds it. Banana peanut butter. Who cares about jelly when you've got this guy? Do you remember this?
I remember it's really yummy.
My computer is just having a hard time
It's
today.
just
It needs to
being slow.
restart. But yeah, this is a recipe. You're basically just taking a bunch of peanuts
Yeah.
and banana Keto Chow and mixing them together with
really
butter
good.
and erythritol.
Who made
This
that?
is Amanda's.
Oh,
It's fan-freaking-tastic.
nice.
So check
Look at
that
that
out.
look at the old bag.
Old bag. See,
Mm-hmm.
I click on stuff and it doesn't actually do anything.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway, I'll put that in the chat.
Maybe.
Click. Yeah, like I said, it's having a hard time today.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, Joe
but we
posted
do
his
have the-
his how to use Chronometer.
Oh,
Now that's
thanks.
in YouTube, so I'll post it over so that people on
Facebook can see.
Facebook can see it as well.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Joe also posted a link to the allulose that he likes to use. Laura says Mount Suzatina in Alaska is also called Sleeping Lady.
Ah, nice.
Jen says, I think my coffee made me stall, but it's so hard not to have heavy cream.
Oh yeah, that is. Thing.
Tanya says, I've not lost any weight yet on beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, but my husband says he can see a difference. I went up 4 pounds, then back down 4. I have a lot of weight to lose, so I'm hoping my weight does eventually go downward. It should, eventually. Blue says, my new goal is to have an umbilical waistline that measures half my height or less. A most reliable marker of metabolic health.
Oh right, yes, good point.
Victoria says, yeah, is that the big moo cheese you're talking about? So
Yep.
looks it, yeah, it is.
Sorry, I couldn't.
And it's
remember
really
the
good
name.
to cut up into little teeny pieces
Yep.
and stick it into a dash waffle maker.
And
Although
then
it gets
try to
cheese.
Try to eat some. It makes a huge mess.
It gets
grease.
cheese grease all over the place.
Yeah.
Let's see. Crystal says, thanks, guys. Rita says, I can't figure out how to find recipes from you with 2K King and Chronometer. So you have to make sure that you send a friend request
Yeah.
to
Let me pull it up real quick.
hello@ketochow.net. You won't be able to show it on there.
Well, I can show a little bit of it.
Let's see. Maya says, so true. Rihanna says, good morning. Popping in between calls.
Yeah.
Shauna says, is it the pants? Is it the cape? Tune in tomorrow.
Chronometer. Okay, so you go to, I think you go to settings.
You also have to have Chronometer Gold.
Oh, right. I'm trying to remember.
And then there's a friends. It's
okay,
in your
yes. So in settings,
sharing.
and then you, whoop, of course, you scroll down to where it says friends, then click over, then type it in. See, like I've got
Yeah,
Chris,
don't show people's
Holly,
email addresses.
hello@ketochow.net.
Yep.
But you just push
There's a plus at the
There's a
top.
plus right there at the top. It's not as easy to see as other places. So that's why I thought I would show it to you. So friends, then do the plus, hello@ketochow.net. And then Holly will go accept your friend request, and then you can see everything. And it has to be the Chronometer Gold.
I believe so.
I think.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
MJ says, hi peeps, just got back from my walk at the Wildlife Preserve. I got close to a blue heron. The heron was too cold to fly away. Pamela says, I just started using Keto Chow. Love it. Downloaded a number of recipes. Gina says, I'm working on a jam recipe with Keto Chow. Nice. Mimi says, I love Amanda's recipes. And Tanya says, clearly I need to go play on the Keto Chow website and check out the recipes. Laura says, Sue Sitna.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's how you say the mountains.
Joe says, did you get your 5-pound CO2 tank yet? Yes, I
We have
went.
2 of them.
I went to the beer brewing supply store, which was quite the change for me. And they had 5-pound tanks. The place used to refill soda stream CO2,
ones,
the little tiny guys, but the equipment broke. So he's like, I can't do those anymore. I'm like, well, these work. And he's like, yep. So I bought 2 5-pound CO2 tanks. Then I made the mistake of telling Miriam that they cost $98 a piece.
Why did he tell me this? That's
But they're
so
going to last a
expensive.
long time.
Maybe.
You can buy 4 of the soda stream canisters for that much, and they don't hold nearly as much.
I don't know.
Anyway.
But we have plans to kind of pull everything out of the cupboard,
Yeah.
put the giant thing in the cupboard up there, and then drill a hole through so that it can go down to the soda stream. So nothing will be on the counter except
Nothing like
the soda
drilling
stream.
holes in your cabinets.
It's going to be very beautiful.
Let's see, Mike says, what was the Chronometer address again? So hello@ketochow.net. Dorothy said, I'm stuffed and I didn't even eat half of my egg pudding, and I only made a half a recipe.
Oh, well, that's good.
Hey, 5 eggs.
Because you ate a bunch of
There you
eggs.
go.
No wonder you're full.
Sean says, I'm going to try to compare carbs in the butter powder versus heavy whipping cream in my coffee. Okay.
I can tell you the butter powder is going to be more carbs.
It will be more carbs. Jill says, next month I'm switching to the gold version. I can't wait.
Nice.
Laura says, you got it. Rita says, I'm already friends with you and them, but tried to put in the drop biscuit the other day and it didn't show up.
Oh, there's also a top. Let me show you this really quick while we're talking about this again. So if you go to the food, oh my heavens. If you just do the plus.
Yeah, so it's
sorry.
health food. But you were in there.
I was, but I wanted it to be on the place where I'm familiar. Okay, so you do the add food,
You're not showing anything.
and then up here at the top it says all favorites, common supplements. So it's if you're in the all, it should show everything from all your friends. But if you're worried about it, if you
In
go to
custom.
custom,
Search for drop.
okay, so see how it's changing in custom? I know it's blurry, but you kind of get the idea. So then you search for drop biscuits.
Wait for it.
Yep. So then it came up, Keto Chow drop biscuits. I know, I'm sorry, it's blurry.
There it is.
But if, and that's the thing, if you have a lot, like if it's all, then it's going to show everything from everybody. So it may be
Oh,
in
we have
there
a
and
Keto
it's
Chow
just,
drop biscuit carnivore version too,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
which I think uses pork rinds instead.
Okay, so if it's an all, it may still be there. It's just not showing the first because it may be, there's so many other things that might be similar named. But if you go to custom, then it'll show just you and your friends' custom recipes and not everything that everyone's submitted to Chronometer. So that's a way that you can look at it if you can't find it.
Yep. Jory says, yeah, I've been posting for a year now on her videos. Mike says, friend requests sent.
Yay!
Holly says, yeah, putting in the drop biscuits now. Okay, so she must have just got it.
Well, apparently she did get it in
Or
there.
we put it in there earlier.
Maybe.
Yeah, we might have. Rita says, thanks. Okay. MJ says, yeah, what's Amanda's channel? So Amanda, she's not doing specifically keto now. She's
yeah,
on,
I don't know. It was Amanda Eats Keto
on Instagram.
on Instagram. And I don't know what it is now. I think she's still pretty low carb. I just don't know. She moved to Kansas. We haven't seen her in a long time.
Yep. So Joe points out a 5-pound CO2 tank holds about the same amount as 6 of the soda stream canisters. So you saved money. 12 canisters would be $360.
That's so much money.
And I got 2 of them so that I don't have to go to the place to get it refilled quite as frequently.
Yeah. Well, and we're trying to decide if we're just going to keep both of them in the cupboard or have a storage place for the other one because it's going to take the same amount of like height space, so we might as well.
They are fairly tall.
I think what would probably help me is if we added up how much we buy regular soda and then compared it to the price.
Yep.
Because then I'll feel more satisfied that I'm not just spending money on something we haven't spent money on because we go through soda pretty fast. And this way we can control the sweetener, we can control if it's caffeinated, like we can control every variable. So
Yeah, I doubt any of it's going to be caffeinated.
I know, it's exciting, which means I can quit.
Yep. I also pointed out to the kids that one of those bottles is a liter, which is the same size as the Clear American that they like to do.
Yeah.
And Yeah. Anyway. Let's see. Lynette says, Amanda eats low carb.
Oh, thank you, Lynette.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to get off.
Yeah.
Done here. Good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, everybody, thanks for joining us. So, as previously mentioned, we will be doing our live stream tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time, which is 9:15 Mountain Time. Yep.
Yep. And remember, words mean things.
Yes, they do.
So if you're going to assign words to yourself that give you power, make it the right power.